Hey everybody, so it's a beautiful fall day. It's not. But we're gonna do a little bit of bulb planting today. So, you can plant your bulbs now. You can plant your bulbs right up until the ground is too frozen to get in there. So if you forget some and you find them, pop them in. They'll probably do fine. Bulb planting is really easy. And the best thing about bulbs is you pretty much throw them in the ground and they have everything else they need. You almost don't need to do anything else to them except get them in the ground. So today I'm just going to quickly show you 5 different ways to plant bulbs, and hopefully you'll figure out which method works best for you. So here we go. So the key to planting bulbs is to know what depth to plant them at, and it's really easy. You basically do about 3 times the height of the bulb. This is a daffodil. It's probably 1.5 inches tall. So you plant this probably like 5 or 6 inches deep and you're good to go. The only other thing you need to know is pointy end goes up, point up at the sky. The bottom, which has little hairy bits, which are the roots, that goes down. Sometimes there's a few bulbs that are a little difficult to tell, and oftentimes the company will mark them with a little dot of paint or something for you. So just read the instructions that come with your bulbs and they'll tell you if they've marked them in some way. Most of the time it's very obvious. So first way to do it is super easy. Grab a trowel, dig a hole that's about the right depth, plant your bulb in the bottom of it, cover it up. Okay, now you might have seen things like this. This is a bulb planter, so this is a long one, but they make little ones that are just essentially as long as your hand. It's a handheld tool. This does the same thing you just did, except it goes a little faster because you don't have to do so much digging. This one's particularly nice because you can do it standing up, which I think is always nice. You just put it in. A plug of soil comes out. The other thing with these is that they're often about the right depth to plant most bulbs. And then you have to pop the soil out, and actually you can put it back in as a single plug. So that can go really quick. Okay, so to me, bulbs look better when they're clumped together and in big swaths rather than singly, because you kind of lose them if they're all spread out. So this is a small allium, and by small I mean a small flowering allium. They get, I think, 19 inches tall or so. But the flowers are maybe 3 inches across or so. And I think these look really good planted in a group rather than spread out. So a really quick way to plant things in a group is just dig a hole. So this works for holes. You can also dig a trench if you want like a line of some kind of bulb to line a garden or something. Same concept. And there's nothing to it. Just, dig a hole like you were going to be planting any kind of plant. There usually will be spacing information that comes with your bulbs. You can fudge that a little. You don't need to plant them quite as far as they say, but of course, you can, and it's not a bad idea sometimes. So you just make yourself a hole, stick them in there, cover it up, you're good to go. Okay, so far and away my favorite way to plant bulbs is with power tools. I love a bulb auger. This works really great for us for planting daffodils that are going to naturalize. I buy a naturalizing mix of daffodils and I plant it throughout kind of the wooded areas that we have. Sorry, the dogs are distracting me here. I've done a whole video on planting with a bulb auger, so I will link to that for you, so make sure you check that out. But this is a way to get bulbs in the ground quickly. We do it in pairs. One person goes around and digs all the holes, and then typically I come around, drop the bulbs in the holes and cover them up, and you can whip through them really quick with that. I prefer a bulb auger that is long so that you can do this standing up. They do make shorter ones, but then you're back on your knees again or bending over, and listen, let's be honest, anything you can do to keep from bending over all the time is helpful, especially when the ground is really cold. So it's super easy. Turn your drill on, go up and down a couple of times, throw in the bulb. I would say the one thing with this is that it's easy to go too deep because it's so easy. So just kind of watch your depth a little bit. Those daffodils, like that one was definitely too deep. So that will come up just fine. It'll just be shorter because there'll be more of the plant growing underground, but it works easy. So check out the bulb auger video for more information, but you guys, there's nothing to it. The only thing I would say is maybe have an extra battery on hand because you do tend to burn through batteries pretty quick. So now one other way to plant bulbs, if you want to plant them in, say, like a grassy area or a wide area, which is a very pretty way to do it, as long as you're okay with letting that grass grow and not mowing that, because you want the foliage to have an opportunity to die back naturally. But things like crocuses are beautiful in a lawn, muscari, cilia, even daffodils are beautiful in sort of an open area. So the best way to do that, because you want that to look really natural and random, and it's very hard to make a random pattern when you're trying not to make a pattern. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about there, but it can be very hard to just randomly put things in when you're actually doing it. So the best way to do that is to go bowling with your bulbs. Just sort of toss them out, and where they land is where you plant them. Okay, so there's 5 ways to plant your bulbs. I hope that was helpful to you. I don't know about you, but I have some bulb planting to do. I have about 4 other bags just like this that need to get in the ground, well, sometime before the ground freezes. Hey, have fun with those bulbs. Let me know what you are planting this year in the comments, and we'll talk to you soon.